Browns added some offense, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you could say they neglected the defense. They're still working on the defense. Jadeveon Clowney is a name that's still thrown around. There's a couple of others. But let's look at the defensive line right now. And, of course, just getting Myles-Garrett back is pretty good. I just assume Olivier-Vernon is gone, but that's not the case yet. What do you think his deal is?
I think they're looking to see if they can find something better and cheaper. I mean,
Okay.
Vernon to me he missed 4 games, 5 games, and 6 games. That's the last 3 years. 4, 5, 6. Okay. What does that tell you that he'll probably do this year? He'll probably miss somewhere between 4 and 6 games, if not more.
Right.
Do you want that for $15 million? I don't. I doubt that they do. But in the meantime, they are shopping around to see what they could get. Maybe they end up taking a defensive tackle or a defensive end rather they like in the second round or something. They could surprise us.
Let's take a look at the linebacking situation. Linebacking situation looks
Boy,
kind of
they got to
scary
do
to me.
something there.
Well, they do.
Oh.
How about one of the great PR moves would be, you talk about throwback uniforms, how about Clay Matthews Jr. or the third?
Well, I think they're looking at Matthews and a couple other guys to, as time goes on, you could probably get these guys pretty cheap. And that's probably the way they look at it. Matthews is supposed to be more of a 3-4 linebacker as opposed to the 4-3 setup the Browns have. I want to tackle at 10, but I would take Isaiah Simmons from Clemson.
Oh, yeah, I'm right with you. I'm right with you on that one.
Because you have a chance to have a game-breaking defensive player if you could figure out how to use him right.
Right.
And if that guy falls in your lap, you've got to take him. And Daniel Jeremiah, who's very good, used to be a Brown scout. I think he worked for the Vikings too. I know for sure he worked for the Browns. His latest mock draft had Simmons falling to the Browns. I mean, that's real easy. And then, you try to trade up. Remember, how about this? Ezra Cleveland to Cleveland. They like this Ezra Cleveland guy. You like that.
Bring back Cleveland Crosby.
You make your moves, right? That would be the only. That's not to diminish the left tackle spot, but my goodness, the linebacker, and they debate whether Simmons is a linebacker or a safety. Gee, do the Browns need linebackers or safety? I say both.
Oh, well, let's look at the cornerback situation right now for the Browns.
Okay.
Denzel-Ward is there. He's had injuries over the last couple of years. Terrence Mitchell, Greedy Williams, and a couple of other guys had been signed. They could use some shoring up there too, couldn't they?
They could. I mean, the key thing is if Ward can stay healthy, they're going to be in pretty good shape. Terrence Mitchell's not a bad part, but remember, he got hurt too. And so they've dealt with that. Some people like that Kevin Johnson, some don't. Greedy Williams, I think, will have a better idea what kind of player he is this year. The rest of those guys are just guys.
All right, let's look at the guys that they have for the safety position right now. And, of course, the draft will take place 1 week from tonight. Karl, it's kind of thin there, right? Karl-Joseph, Shedrick.
Yeah, I mean, Sendejo is a veteran. He's 32. Karl-Joseph is really more – he's a run stopper, and he's coming off a torn plantar fascia. Cedric Redwine might have some potential. I mean, that's why I mentioned Simmons. We just looked at we looked at linebackers and we looked at different in safety. Either spot, my goodness, you just plug him in there.
When
I wouldn't trade a ton of picks to go get him, but
yeah, when you think of what you said about Simmons and how versatile he is, 5-10 years ago, that was a guy who, he doesn't have a real position. Well, now he has several real positions.
Yeah, basically that meant years ago he was with a coach that didn't have much imagination.
Right, exactly.